Last night, I watched a documentary called In the Bunker, and I'm still trying to process what I saw, to be honest. It follows a brave woman who goes undercover in animal testing laboratory. Um, she risks everything to expose the truth, and she films what she has to go through every day. And like I said, it was beyond anything I expected. I think there's a little bit of a stigma with animal testing. People try to put it at the back of their minds. They don't quite like it, but they try to make excuses for it. We're often told that animal testing is necessary and it's humane, but the real life footage that I saw last night showed something very different. The beagle dogs were kept in cages smaller than my tea and coffee cupboards. They couldn't even turn around. There was one little dog in there, number 32, that was so different from the other dogs, and um, you could just see that these dogs definitely do have little souls, and the room that they're kept in is just horrific. Um, what I've seen at MBR Acres with the dogs kept in small cages, um, it actually gets worse when they get to the labs. There were mice injected and discarded like trash, monkeys crying out, strapped down for hours at a time with things over their faces. Um, One scene that keeps haunting me was one of the scientists took a white fluffy rabbit, your kind of pet rabbit, and he put it in a device. And before I even realized what was happening, he pushed the device down and broke the rabbit's spine. He then picked it up and threw it onto the floor, and the rabbit was just struggling and couldn't go anywhere. It didn't even know what had happened to it. So this isn't science. This is sadistic animal abuse, what's going on in these places. And like I say, that's just a couple of the scenes that I saw in there. There is real life footage of what's going on in these places. So MBR Acres is basically a breeding site where they intentionally breed the beagles, so that the puppies can be taken to the labs and sold to have this horrific stuff happen to them. So yeah, it's not gonna lie, it's a really hard watch, guys. I mean, there was times I couldn't even look at the TV. But in a way, I'm so glad I did watch it because it really did open up my eyes to the fact that, you know, people, animal activists that stand outside screaming, and they're not crazy vegetarians that just want a nice life. They are genuinely horrified about the stuff that's going on in these labs and the abuse these dogs are going through. So the most frustrating thing that people have been finding, trying to help Camp Beagle, is that when they report this to the RSPCA are saying that they can't get involved because these animals are under scientific project, and they're licensed by the Home Office. And the Home Office are saying that they can't do anything until the RSPCA make a referral. So the people you really need to be speaking to and making your complaints to is DEFRA, and also Huntington Town Council community officers. Um, but I'm not sure why RSPCA are saying they can't get involved because that's a lie. MBR Acres dogs are suffering outside the lab, and it's against the law. Dogs kept in holding pens, especially at MBR Acres, they're definitely suffering in extreme heat. They're trapped in metal sheds at 30 degrees without any proper care or comfort or protection. And these dogs at MBR Acres, they're not currently being used in experiments. And that's a crucial legal difference. Pet dogs are protected by the Animal Welfare Act 2006, AWA. They must be kept safe, the suitable conditions. Suffering or neglect is a criminal offence. Dogs in scientific testing, they're protected by the Animal Scientific Procedures Act 1986, ASPA. Um, But this only applies when dogs are actively part of a licensed research. They're not in a laboratory, so that means ASPA does not apply. Well, not at this stage anyway. Instead, they are fully protected under the Animal Welfare Act 2006, like any other dog. The thing is, keeping a dog in a metal container is dangerous. Heat with no relief of enrichment is a breach of that law. It can cause heat strokes, distress, death. It's cruelty. It's illegal. At the end of the day, if there's no legal experiment, no exemption, no excuse, the RSPCA and the Home Office have a duty to act. By ignoring these conditions, they are failing in their legal responsibility, no matter what they tell you. And turning a blind eye to the suffering, that's not just immoral, it's corrupt. These dogs are living beings, not property. And if you witness this abuse that I saw last night and the daily reports that we get from Camp Beagle, I'm so baffled as to, well, we know our government's evil, look what they're doing to the country. But yeah, all this crap that RSPCA keeps saying that they can't get involved, they can get involved because no dog should be made to be suffering in the heat. I've been told that it's going to be 30 degrees again on Friday. So if anybody is listening and wants to help, please get on the phone tomorrow and ring DEFRA. They're the people that can investigate the RSPCA, and also they can deal with the Home Office. We don't seem to be getting anywhere with the RSPCA. So I rang DEFRA and they were very helpful. They told me that they'd escalate it to the animal welfare team. So if more of us can ring DEFRA and put your complaints in and just explain when you speak to people that these dogs do have the same right and they are under the Animal Welfare Act 2006 because of their situation. Thanks for listening, guys.
This could be the most important documentary exposing animal testing that you see this year. Undercover Inside the Bunker, which is the English title of the Spanish documentary, Infiltrada en el Búnker, is out now on Prime Video. The film follows Carlota Soarza, an animal rights activist who spent 18 months undercover inside a pharmaceutical testing lab. Her identity is concealed for her safety, but her courage exposes what the industry never wanted the public to see. Directed by Goya-winning filmmaker Pablo de la Chica, the documentary avoids graphic imagery, but what it reveals is a deeply disturbing reality. It goes beyond one lab, exposing a global system of cruelty and the industries that keep it hidden. Here in the UK, over 2,000 beagles are still being bred at MBR Acres, a facility that supplies puppies to laboratories for experimentation. At just 16 weeks old, they're taken away to labs and forced to endure painful experiments they can't escape from. Since 2021, Camp Beagle has held a 24/7 peaceful protest outside MBR's gates in England, refusing to stay silent and demanding the facilities be shut down. Earlier this year, after more than 200,000 people signed a petition to ban the use of dogs in scientific and regulatory procedures, Parliament held a debate. 19 MPs spoke out in support of the ban, but the government dismissed it with no vote, no plan and no action. In 2022, Animal Rising rescued 23 beagle puppies from the same facility. Now, those rescuers face up to 10 years in prison with trial set for December 2025, simply for trying to save their lives. Camp Beagle and Animal Rising are both featured in the film, sharing their first-hand experiences and the powerful work they've done to expose this cruelty. The beagles shown in the film are all from locations by MBR Acres, a global system still operating today. The UK government have recently said that they will publish a new animal testing plan by the end of the year. Campaigners warn it won't include deadlines, targets, or real change. And while Amazon UK isn't promoting the film, that's where we all come in. So what can you do? Watch Undercover Inside the Bunker, out now on Prime Video. Email your MPs, templates are available at thecampbeagle.com. Share this post and tag your friends. Let's get the truth out there. Watch, share, act.
We won't stand down. Hearts on fire, feet on the ground. every cage, for every cry. We're marching loud beneath the sky. We are their voice, we break the chains. For 23,000 lost in pain. Beagle lovers, strong and true. We won't stop.